Hi everybody. How it's okay? What is going on? Thank you very much to be here. Thank you also you to be here to participate in this panel. For me, it's a pleasure to participate in this kind of conversation about how Madrid has become a center of innovation, no? And do a lot of things that I will mention in a few moments. But I would like to ask, is this the first time for anyone here in South Summit?
First time here.
Yeah, mine as well.
Okay. Patricio Guitar y yo soy I'm Patricio Guitar, different person that
we're not the same person, definitely.
The same name. So what is going on here? How is your experience here?
So far so good. It's amazing to see so many people sharing experiences, the tech scene, innovation. Huge conference, so I'm impressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Matías?
Really good, but I think you invited too many Argentinians because I met most of my fellow entrepreneurs from Argentina here. But
yes.
Yeah, really good.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you to be here. So we will talk about the Comunidad de Madrid, the Madrid community, how it's become a center of innovation to host and boost new ideas, that then become a new kind of project. Very high impact project for the near future. So this is one topic that I would like to discuss with you, and the different roles of the key player of the ecosystems, no? the VC, the cities, the different technology, science park, no? And also I would like to discuss some challenges or key issues that you are seeing that you have to change or to add to improve the process of open innovation. No? And I would like to start with you, Ana. Welcome here to the panel. Could you please tell us about the Rosas Innova? What is the purpose? And how you design, or are you designing a strategy to support this purpose that you have in Rosas Innova?
Perfect. So thank you, Patricio, for this introduction, and thank you to all of us, to both of you, for being here. Let me talk a little bit about Las Rozas before starting to talk about Las Rozas Innova strategy. Las Rozas is a place 21 kilometers, it's a city of 100,000 population located 21 kilometers northwest from Madrid. We are a city that are in the top 10 of highest per capita income cities in Spain. Also, we have the lowest unemployment rates. We have a lot of good services and a very good quality of life. We have to talk about education. We have more than 20 schools and high schools that are really involved with the projects that we are launching from the City Council to promote STEM vocations and technological vocations among the students. Also, we have natural areas, not only surrounding the city, but in the middle of the city, which is quite differential. We have sports facilities for first level, a vibrant cultural activity, and also shopping centers that are references at an international level, but also commercial areas that are references in the Comunidad de Madrid. If we talk about the business ecosystem, we have nearly, according to the National Statistics Institute from Spain, we have nearly 12,000 economic units located in Las Rozas. We have 6,000 active companies based in Las Rozas. 10% of them are related to technological, digital, and innovation. My last data about this is that in a recent study, very recent study that Comunidad de Madrid has been published, I think that it was presented yesterday, we are the second city in the Comunidad de Madrid according to the data they have with the number of technological companies. So with this context, I think that we can talk a little bit about the role that Las Rozas Innova is playing. But we need to go a little bit into the past, 6-7 years ago, when the mayor of Las Rozas and president of Las Rozas Innova was attending to a meeting with business leaders that were talking about digital transformation and technologies, and the impact that technologies were going to have not only in their businesses, but in our daily lives. So he started thinking about how a city can adapt to this new situation, not only to survive, but to take advantage of the opportunities that technology bringing to now the present, the future. So he started a research process with the team, a lot of meetings with CEOs of corporates, entrepreneurs, VCs, research centers, universities. They were visiting innovation hubs all around Spain and also at an international level. They were looking for references, national and international references. So they took all the information from others what doing at that time, and they mixed with the local factors, the specific factors that we have there, to create a strategic plan of nearly 50 measures, 50 actions, and we needed to put it in practice, convert the ideas into reality. That's why he created the company Las Rozas Innova. He created Las Rozas Innova 2 years ago with the support of all the political parties. This is very important for the future of the project, and also because they are committed with our project. And our main aim is to accelerate the execution of this plan, and we are working in 3 areas: smart city, energy and mobility specifically. Also, we are an investment agency, investment attraction agency. We want to bring companies from abroad, but also from other parts of Spain. Argentinians are welcome, of course. And also, we are working with the business ecosystem. We are launching some services and projects to support not only the SMEs, but the entrepreneurial and startups activity.
Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you. A lot of things to do. Katia, no? From your point of view, no? What do you think in how and why Madrid has become a center of innovation, no? The city and the community, no? Both. No?
Yes, the Madrid region in the recent years, well, for the last 10 years at least, has been very active in innovation initiatives. As capital of the country, we have lots of corporations, lots of universities, private, public universities, and also lots of research centers. So we concentrate very important agents of the innovation ecosystem. And at Madrid Science Park, I would like to thank you, all the organization, to inviting us to be here, because we do support the launch of innovative companies, and we do certainly connect them to investors and other very key elements and stakeholders in the innovations ecosystem. Madrid has a very solid ecosystem to innovation. We have very important research centers. And startups, because I represent all the startups that we have at the incubator, drive the future, drive the innovation, and bring the technology to the region, to the country, and to the global market. So Madrid has a very solid position, giving the opportunity to these startups to develop in the region and make them more competitive worldwide. So at Madrid Science Park, we are very proud of the companies that we have, and we are very lucky to be in a region that is very active with all these open innovation initiatives from the corporations, and also with public initiatives to give support to the startups, and also with technology transfer offices in the universities and research centers to foster this entrepreneurship, this deep tech entrepreneurship. So in the last years, Madrid has proven to be very solid and to have the key elements of the innovation ecosystem. I would say with that.
Thank you, Katia. In this key element, can you mention someone critical from all of the?
Well, we have here the investors, of course, but also I cannot avoid to talk about the universities and the research centers, because the science that comes to our startups and then to the society in general comes from the research initiatives.
For the deep technology, I think you work very with focus on a technology transfer, no, between
Yes.
public and
Yes.
private, no.
Yes, as a science park, we are very, very closely connected to the universities and to the research centers. In fact, the Madrid Science Park, it's a foundation that it's founded by the two main public universities, and also by two national research centers, and also by the Madrid City Council. So we are very closely connected to every research centers, not only the ones that are in our board of founders, but also in the region. And we try to connect to them all and make the most out of it.
Thank you. Matthias, please, will you tell us some information about your mailing, no, the fund? From your point of view, what is the key or different roles that the VC plays, no, in this ecosystem of innovation, of open innovation, working obviously with the startup, but also with governments, with institutions, no?
Sure. Yeah, well, so Mylin VC is a venture capital, obviously. It's a global fund. One of our co-founders or GPs is Martin Barsavsky, who was giving a talk here. Also Alec Oxenford. And then Pato and Fede and a bunch of other Argentinian entrepreneurs support us as LPs. I guess we invest globally. We have a few investments actually here in Spain, I think 2. And regarding the role of the VC, I would say obviously supporting startups and kind of, in our case, it's kind of cool that we're all founders. So we founded companies before, we founded and sold companies before, all of us. So it's like we can, kind of share that same ride, and we've been there before, right? So I think that's really useful for the entrepreneurs. I guess that's the same case for Pato and a few others. GPs. I think there is like a shift of capital from, usually it was like bankers giving money to entrepreneurs, and now it's more like entrepreneurs giving money to entrepreneurs, and I think that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
One critical factor is obviously investment, no? Money, no? Investment in different categories, from the private equities and VCs, no? It's a starting point to do everything in the ecosystem, no? When we talk about open innovation, it's investment at the first time, no? But from Mural and Utopia, no? Which other factor you see as the base of new improvement in this ecosystem, or to boost the ecosystem, no? And also, I would like to get some more information about Utopia,
Sure.
and your experience in Mural, no?
Sure. So yeah, I'm a founder of Mural, which basically is a platform for innovation in a way, right? For those teams that are willing to have creative sessions, but they cannot gather physically in the same room. So for remote work on, let's call it innovation projects, when you're creating a new product, service, or whatever, this is like an online whiteboard where different people can collaborate online visually, like you would collaborate on a whiteboard on a meeting room when you're all together. So Mural is being used by a lot of companies, big companies that are distributed, basically for innovation, right? And the key for innovation is collaboration. Is having different type of people with different mindsets working together for the same objective, right? And that's basically what we found. It's about putting together the people on the same project, aligned, but also diversity, right? It's collaboration plus diversity. And making this in a visual way, we found out to be the most effective way of doing it, with method, right? With structure, with frameworks for doing this. So that's why we embrace a lot the post-it note. In Mural, you have a lot of digital post-it notes. And in a way, a post-it note, it's an idea, the representation of an idea on a little square, colored square, that you can manipulate. You can take from one place to another. And in that way, you can analyze through different lenses whatever you're trying to create. Again, collaborating with a team. But yeah, so Mural is a huge company right now, being used by very, very big companies around the world. And Utopia is my latest project, which is a VC based in Latin America, trying to invest in transformative projects that will improve the lives of people in Latin America through technology, through innovation, and all what we do is invest and help very early stage startups that are again trying to transform the reality in Latin America, which is full of problems, full of opportunities, because every problem is an opportunity. So that's our focus. Investing in helping entrepreneurs from Latin America that are willing to tackle big problems there.
And the critical point for you also is collaboration, no? Good point. Very interesting, yeah. How to align different kind of objectives, no? Between different players in the ecosystem, no? This is another point that maybe sometimes it's not easy, no? This is a question for you, but in a few moments. And I read that you work also with small companies. How you integrate small companies with entrepreneurs or with researchers, no? Because it's like a very different world.
Yeah. We try to help everyone. That's our main aim. We are a public administration. We provide some services for SMEs. Specifically, we are now providing them services to support them to get European funds. That is a way of collaborating, because they can go together with a proposal. But also, our main role is to connect. So we are connecting everyone there. We are trying to reach everyone, every entrepreneur, every startup, talking to them, getting to know the information about what they are doing, the challenges they have, so they can connect to other people that can cooperate, collaborate, and solve those kind of problems. We have a very big ecosystem, so it's not easy, but we are already doing this in an informal way. And we are creating events, forums, and tools so they can connect them in a more structured way. We are working in progress on that topic.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Coming back to the role of the open innovation ecosystem, is collaboration is sometimes negotiation or not. You know? Maybe I will ask you, Katia, how to align different initiatives between different players, no? Because of government, you know, some a set of objectives and a vision of the future, an entrepreneur, you know, who wants to launch a product and sales and impact, a VC who wants to invest and return, you know? A university with other things to do. You know? How you integrate this different point of view and different institutes, and how you get the collaboration done?
It's very challenging, because each player has its own goals, its own strategies, its own life cycles. In our case, that we work with universities and public administration and research centers. Every 4 years, 2 years, when the leaders change, the board of directors change, the policies might change, even locally or regionally or even at a national level. So sometimes it's quite challenging. As a foundation created by universities, city council, and research centers, we see that every day. But in fact, there are some advantages on this connection because the public administration wants to retain talent, retain wealth, and create jobs, good jobs. The universities want the science to get somewhere and have a return on that. And investors want to make money out of that, minimizing risk. So the challenging issue is to get the scientists, the researchers, to want to launch a company and make them see that it's possible. Because when you have the right place, Madrid is a very good place to launch a company. If you have the facilities, then you are always minimizing risk. And as public administration wants to retain that in the territory, well, everything should be right? But it's not always that right. Sometimes it's challenging. There's no recipe here for that.
And also let me add some two factors, maybe in a whole ecosystem. One is consumers, no? And the other the citizens. No? So they play maybe a critical role, no? in the game. And sometimes we are focused on ideation or on the scale of something, or maybe in the results, the impact, no? In the impact of the consumer and the citizen. No? What do you think about measure the results of a process of open innovation involving a cities? No? Or question in another way is, what do you think would be the agenda of innovation in the community of Madrid? What is the current agenda? What will we have to add or to change to boost the agenda of this innovation? No? In a broader view, no? Ana or Katia, as you want. Katia or Ana?
I think that they are trying new things now.
Yeah.
Yesterday or the day before, the president has announced some programs. So I think that we need to give the time to those politics to implement, and we will see the results. But the thing is important. It's movement. We have movement here in Madrid. We have new measures. We have funding for researchers. We have also training programs. We have spaces for the startups to work. So we have a lot of VCs nowadays. So I think that we have all the things that we need to boost a little bit more this ecosystem, and community of Madrid is proposing new things at this moment. So let's see what happens. I think that it's a very good, very good point for the starting.
It's very interesting that what you mentioned, Ana, because you are saying we have to focus on the movement, no? Maybe with KPIs or metrics, focusing on the action, on the starting point of different things, on open many doors, and then we will see what happens, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. For Matias and Pato, no? We saw the last year a very high hype of entrepreneurs, yeah, and extreme levels of hype, no? And we saw, in many cases, some entrepreneurs focusing on the business valuation rather than the value creation. Yeah? This is now is changing, you know. I think for good, but these two contexts, no? How do you see the impact of this situation in the ecosystem? No? In a good point, and maybe another point to improve, you know, and to learn. No? What is your point of view of this situation, Matias or Pato?
So the hype around entrepreneurship and more founders appearing and more VCs appearing. I think it's more than a hype. It's a trend, and it's a good trend. Okay. People are finally starting new companies, and it's okay to do that. And when I started my first company, there was not ecosystem or either the word entrepreneur wasn't a word. It was like something weird to start any company. Today you have everything to start any company, technology is there, it's easier than ever. And yeah, it was a bubble or however you want to call it around valuations, but that's the market, right? And the market has its ups and downs, and now it's correcting, and the focus is again on building value instead of valuations and raising money. So again, that, I believe I agree with you. It's okay. It's healthy.
It's healthy.
For the ecosystem. I don't know,
Matias?
Matías, what do you think?
I just think it's market cycles, and it's fair, it's healthy. It had to happen, and it will happen again. Like the cycle is going to have an uptrend at some point again. So yeah, it's healthy.
And I think the innovation ecosystem can do a little more about the hype that the entrepreneurs are implementing and every day, because we need a movement. The good part of the bubble, maybe, because different players move with a purpose. Sometimes it's different to align with an objective, but it's more powerful to align with a purpose, a long-term purpose, but to not depend on changes in the government or companies, or cycles. So the purpose here, I think, is very, very powerful to design, to write down. Thank you very much, Pato, Ana, Matias, and Katia. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you. A lot more questions, a lot of questions to talk about. We have time to close. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.